All right, Recitals, if you're here for level 4 of my 13 jazz chord tutorial, you are in for a treat, and I hope you've put in all of the work before. If you haven't, go and watch levels 1 through 3 first to make sure you're solid on the 13-9 move and all of the different keys, because I'm gonna be throwing the whole book at you and plus some in this last level here. All right. So what I'm going to show you here is it's the same sort of a thing, except instead of moving to a 9 chord, I'm going to ask you to move to a 9-add-6 chord. All right. So in jazz, it's very common to omit the 5. All right. So I actually am going to not, and the 5, so if we're in the key, if we're playing a D13, the 5 would normally be here. And we are already omitting it from our 13 chord, because it would be up here if we were playing it an octave higher. So it's not in our 13 chord, but in our 9 chord, it does show up. So here's what I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to say, you're just going to move this note in the right-hand sequence down a half step. So it's a 9-add-6. So here's your 6. Or you could think about it as like a 13 flat 11. That's actually probably a better way to do it. D13 flat 11. Yeah, I like that better. All right. So here are your 2 moves. It's actually easier, and I think it sounds better. Okay, what did I just do there? Well, I played a minor third above as this little sparkle note. So here it is again. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to play we'll call it 13 flat 11, D13 flat 11 instead of the 9 chord. So you're only moving this down a half step for the second part, and you're repeating that sort of phrase. And I want you to throw in that high D there. It's the root of the chord you're playing. Almost a little high note reminder sparkle. All right? And you repeat this section again. And then what you're going to do is you're going to throw in that, the D7 flat 9 flat 11 chord. So remember that we did this in level 3 to help us move up a 4th. And when we move up a 4th, we're actually going to be able to play the cycle through all of the chords without having to learn 3 different sets. We're going to learn one move. We're going to play it in each key all the way through like a cycle. All right. So here's your D13. You drop the 11 to a half step to make it D13 flat 11. All right. Play that D higher for a sparkle note. Sparkle note, that's something I just made up. You repeat that section, that sort of first part, and then you end with the 7 flat 9 flat 11, and then you're gonna move your left hand up a 4th, just like you might expect because you came from this chord. So that's a G. And then you're going to play the melody to Stomping at the Savoy. Oh, a Benny Goodman amazing jazz classic. Whoa, what's going on here? This is awesome. We're about to start that whole sequence in a new key. And guess what? The key is a 4th above the one we started. Ooh, let me show you what that's going to sound like. Oh, and we just keep going up 4th. All right, now this is tricky. This is not easy. You do have to stick with it, but I'm going to walk you through one more time what's going on here, and then you just got to put in the work. But here's the good news. It's really fun to play this. It's really satisfying to play this, and it's super helpful for your jazz playing, for your reading of chords and playing, and for your muscle memory. So this is the best method. I created this for myself because I get bored with too many boring rote, terrible exercises to learn stuff. This one works for me. All right, so we've got a D13, D13 flat 11. We repeat, and we play the sparkle note on top. Sparkle note, made that up, call it whatever you want. D13, D13 flat 11. We're going to go into our 7 flat 9 flat 11. really setting up our ear. For the fourth higher, so the fourth higher from the root, you move from a D to a G. Now, if you're not sure like how to find what a fourth is higher, you can either count the half steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 half steps, or just really what you want to do is kind of know that. You kind of want to go, here comes the bride. So you're going to want to learn those fourths. Anyway, fourth higher. And a little trick here, your pinky and your 3 finger are already in place to play the melody. You only have to worry about these two crunching in a little bit here. Alright, so here's what happens. And then that sparkle note comes in again. Oh, we played that before. So easy. And now watch, we're going to just go here down a step. And guess what? When we go down the step there, our 2's already in place for the next chord. Alright, so let me walk you through this again. You're going to have to put in the work here. It's not going to be the easiest thing in the world, but it's going to be worth it. We're now on a G, alright? So we're thinking about the G as the root of our new 13 chord. And our hand's kind of already in place. We went a step below, a step above, and we dropped the other 2 into place. Okay? We're not playing the 9 this time. We're just dropping that a half step. There's our sparkle note, minor third away. Ooh, okay, so everything, these 2 go down half steps. Now we need to go up a fourth. Here comes the bride. By the way, if you're wondering, you could look at reference to your right hand. The fourth is the one that's an octave lower than the one that's right there. That might help you. Remember, these 2 are already in the right spot. Sparkle note. Whole step below there. And now we're ready to just start over again. Now here's the cool thing about this. Once you have that sequence down, you can sort of mess with how you play it, and you can arpeggiate, you can expand throughout the keyboard, so you have a lot of flexibility. So now I'm just messing around and sort of playing things a little different way. And, you know, let your ear just dictate what you want to do to make this your own special thing. And who cares if you're sloppy, because it sounds so rad. Make a mistake, who cares? Mess with the rhythm. Play a little beatbox. Oh, I messed that up somehow. There we go. So there it is, level 4. If you can do that, you're in good shape. See you next time.